Oh. Alright. Let's show us what's in the box. Top secret.
First one is for Grizz.
Oh.
What?
Hang on, what do we got?
Keep going, though, man. You're doing good. Yes! Dude, you punched the fuck out of that, man. Oh, holy fucking shit! So good. Yo, Captain Pearl. I didn't know what was going on there. Man. Fucking got him.
Fucking got him, dude.
Holy shit. Dude, good game. Fucking good game. Are you ready? I knew it!
Cap, look at my fish.
Oh, wow.
It's my little bite.
Ready?
Bitch.
Always have to steal those kisses from you. Always have to steal those kisses from you. Always have to steal those kisses from you. Always have to steal my kisses from you.
I got two things to do.
Oh. Alright. Let's show us what's in the box. Top secret.
First one is for Grizz.
Oh.
What?
Hang on, what do we got?
Keep going, though, man. You're doing good. Yes! Dude, you punched the fuck out of that, man. Oh, holy fucking shit! So good. Yo, Captain Pearl. I didn't know what was going on there. Man. Fucking got him.
Fucking got him, dude.
Holy shit. Dude, good game. Fucking good game. Are you ready? I knew it!
Cap, look at my fish.
Oh, wow.
It's my little bite.
Ready?
Bitch.
Always have to steal those kisses from you. Always have to steal those kisses from you. Always have to steal those kisses from you. Always have to steal my kisses from you.
I got two things to do.
Oh. Alright. Let's show us what's in the box. Top secret.
First one is for Grizz.
Oh.
What?
Hang on, what do we got?
Keep going, though, man. You're doing good. Yes! Dude, you punched the fuck out of that, man. Oh, holy fucking shit! So good. Yo, Captain Pearl. I didn't know what was going on there. Man. Fucking got him.
Fucking got him, dude.
Holy shit. Dude, good game. Fucking good game. Are you ready? I knew it!
Cap, look at my fish.
Oh, wow.
It's my little bite.
Ready?
Bitch.
Always have to steal those kisses from you. Always have to steal those kisses from
That'd be great.
We're live.
We're live.
Hey!
Oh, hey.
We're
How you
live.
freaking doing? Guys, been a while. Oh, dude, this is nice and sleek.
I like
It's
this.
a little fresh.
Pav,
But
you're
it,
too small, Pav. You're too
it,
small.
it,
Fucking hell,
look-
how
it looks like
small
Grizz
is
is your big brother, Cap.
Pav, you need
Honey,
to
I
be
shrunk
at
the
least...
Pav.
What is this? A fucking house for ants?
Oh, how do I?
Very good. Yeah, happy New Year, Blue. Sukai, fucking good to see you. Blue, good to see you too, mate. Hope you guys had a good holiday period.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's been a fucking rip snorter.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. This is the first time I think I've seen Sukai.
The big Sukinator.
How's he going?
The Suk guy. Hopefully well. But yeah, let's fucking kick it off.
You gonna do it?
Go on.
Wait, hold on.
Pav, what the hell?
Hold on. I'm trying. to...
Whoa, there's a line through the middle
It's
of
not the
Pav's
size of
head.
Pav, but what they do with him. I've got a few uses for Pav.
Oh my goodness.
Very fucking
Yeah.
true.
Wait, hold on. I need to fix this.
First use.
Wait,
Doghype.com.
Cleaning my toilet.
Dude, Doghype.
Second use. How do we ban that guy? How do I ban? Fuck off.
Give him the
Oh, you know
bad.
what? Fuck it. I can't be bothered. We're going live. All right.
It looks good.
No, I wanted to put a black bar behind the text so it was more legible, but because it's gonna annoy me. But you know what? It's fine.
Can't you literally just pull like a rectangle in?
Yeah, that's what I was. Okay, fine.
You don't have to do it, man.
Just you've shamed me, so now I have to do it.
It looks fucking good, Pav. I like it, mate.
All right,
Just slightly.
Add Doghype to auto mod. Good idea.
Whoa, what happened? Oh, fucking hell.
there you go.
Fucking.
Fucking. Yeah, I went back to work today, Sukai, and I mean, it was fine. Honestly, it was fine, but I was just like, fuck. Do you know the worst part is like getting to spend like pretty much every day with Ted and then being like, I don't get to do that anymore. That sucks. So, you know, kind of fucking sucks.
All
It
right,
happens.
That's okay.
I'm good to go. Cap, a reminder for your timer.
Thank you, mate. All right, I'm ready when you are.
In
Reminder for your timer.
3, 2. Oh fuck. Dude, it's been a while, all right. I haven't clicked record yet, so we might need to do it in 10 more seconds to get a buffer. You know, because when we click record, sometimes it makes the audio kind of sketchy. So let's give it a couple second
G'day,
buffer.
Lee.
Then we'll get started. Look,
Lee
Hey,
GD.
Lee.
was that Lee?
Lee.
How you doing, Lee?
Happy New Year.
What up?
What up?
All right, I think that's plenty.
Freaking g'day.
Should be right.
Cap, how good's that? Did you finish that Bloodborne podcast, mate?
I haven't
Tell
even
you
started it.
I learnt a fucking lot about Bloodborne.
I bet you I know it
dude.
all already.
You probably do, but I reckon there's some shit you don't
In
know.
5,
No, I bet you there's not.
4, 3,
There's some good shit in there.
2, 1.
Freaking g'day and welcome to the Oceanic Gaming Radio Podcast. Thank you so much for bloody joining us. It is a new year, new me, new us. That's me. That's Grizzly. That's Pavloverface. Fellas, it's been a while. I do preemptively apologize to the listeners being like, where the fuck have you been for the last, what month? We
Yeah.
basically just went
Yeah.
dark.
Just about above, yeah.
Radio silence. And then we're like, oh, by the way, we're not coming back.
We didn't even announce it on the Twitter or anything, did we? It was just like,
Yeah, fuck 'em, mate. They're only dedicated listeners. What do they need to know?
we knew what we were doing, though, boys. We knew that we were returning
No, no.
on this date, which is the 16th of January.
Yeah, that's the problem. We knew. No one else fucking did.
To be fair, I don't think we even knew when before our last episode that aired.
True.
Yeah.
We kind of flew by the seat of our pants. We were like, oh man, we got heaps of time to. We're gonna get stingers happening. We're gonna do new
Oh.
scenes. We're gonna get fucking advertising happening. I'm gonna fucking learn
I was
how to
going to redo the starting
fucking-
screen on the Twitch
Yeah.
with the clips and things. Yeah.
Guess how much of that happened? We got a new
Nada.
scene in Twitch, which,
And,
might I say, looks pretty nice. Big fan of it.
Well
I'll
done,
give you a
mate.
little spoiler. I did that in the last half hour.
Damn, he works fast. This is why the big dogs hire this man. All right, because
right.
he's a fucking
Yeah.
fast mover. Yeah. Well, guys, how was the holidays? Pav, what did you get up to, mate?
Look, I had a very productive time away. Lots of events, a lot of partying, lots of just getting stuff
Hey.
done. So it's been good. Got some exciting projects happening this year, and I'm excited to share with you through the course of when the time's right. I'll share a bit more, but got
You
some
can't
exciting.
share any with us now, Pav. Anything that you got brewing that you can announce here on stream?
I can
Chris, you can't do that, all right?
Well,
You can't do that. You can't do
just
that to a man.
one cheeky one. It just announced yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I'll be hosting the Pixel Expo quiz night once again, and
Yes.
it's gonna be sick. So anyone
What's the
in that,
venue for that, Pav? Where is that?
I don't know.
Dunno?
I can't remember. It's like a community hall.
Optus Stadium, sure.
No,
sure.
one day we'll get there. We'll get there.
Hey.
But yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm excited. The Pixel team is absolutely fantastic, and I'm looking forward to working with them again. It's gonna be good.
Fuck yeah, dude. That sounds fucking sick. So,
Very nice, mate.
Pavlich kicking some freaking huge goals.
Pav, any New Year's resolutions, mate? Non-gaming
Hang on.
ones,
No,
'cause we
no,
have a
no,
section
no.
For that.
No, we
No,
got a section
don't
with
say that. You save that for later. Grizz,
Say-
you
wait.
fucking mind, mate. Stop jumping ahead. Jesus Christ. we got a run sheet for a reason.
Well, I was thinking non-gaming related New Year's resolutions.
I reckon
like
belt them all
fitness and
together.
health.
Fuck it.
Okay.
I reckon.
Put them together. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. See, mate. Oh god, Grizz, can't take you fucking anyway, mate. Anyways, Pav, congratulations on the Pixel Expo stuff. That sounds fucking radical, and
Very
I'm
excited.
glad you had a ripper holiday season. Grizz, yourself, mate. What happened? Give me the rundown.
Mate, I purposely had a very quiet Christmas and New Year period because I just felt like I needed that downtime just to unwind, have some time by the pool with my kids
Yeah.
and bits and pieces. It was pretty busy though, still, Cap. I did a flying trip to Albany for a gig on the night before New Year's Eve, not New Year's Eve, the one before New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I went down there, got real pissed, went night clubbing, and then drove home the next day. And my head was hurting for a couple of days after that. But apart from that, dude, like just hanging out, mate. It's been
What time did you get home after the gig?
fantastic. Well, we went to the Albany nightclub, and I kid you not, we went to the top nightclub, which is advertised as the over 25s, I think.
Top.
Yeah, there's two nightclubs in town. And I kid you
There's
not,
two options.
when we walked in there, and this was at the peak time, it was me and my two mates were the only ones in there. We were the only ones in there. We walked in
Is
there.
that
And it was
right?
like,
That's
the
fucking
DJ was
amazing.
in the corner, like spinning his stuff to literally no one in there.
Yeah, top fucking nightclub, all right. That's
It was a
classic.
fucking
mate.
great night, mate. It was
Wait,
a
so what
good
time
night.
did you say you got home?
It would have been 2 or 3 a.m., something like that.
Whew, dude, I can't even imagine like being awake past like probably 9:45 at the moment. It's legit.
Yeah, but you've got, man, it is, I understand, Kat, where you are right now, which is looking after a small infant child when you're tired
Yeah.
or hungover is literally
The worst.
fate worse than death, I dare
Yeah,
say.
it fucking sucks. I did it. So, all right. Okay, my holidays, I'll give it to you. It was a fucking nightmare of social events that there was way too many. I
You
don't
did have
do
lots.
well.
In fact,
Yeah,
I got a
I
call
had
up
too many.
once, Cap, to babysit young
You
Ted, which
did.
was a highlight. I actually fucking really enjoyed myself.
I was a groomsman one day and our babysitter fell through and I was like, Chris, help me out. He was like, fucking be there, mate.
Yeah, it was
great.
sweet, dude. That was
Yeah.
actually excellent, mate. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was,
So
he was very well behaved for me, Cap, little Ted. He was
Dude, do you
very
know what's
well behaved.
hilarious? Is so like in that period of time, he was being a real fucking mongrel, and pretty much as soon as he left, he just turned into a like fucking pumpkin. It was not good to me. It was like he was so aggro, it was out of control. But yeah. So, anyways, really, really busy. So I had 3 weeks off. First 2 weeks, I had Christmas and also baby's first Christmas. So both sides of the family wanted to be involved, but we had to do 2 separate ones for just because we did. And then Mia's birthday and New Year's Eve. Not that we did much, but still, that was a thing. But then we also had 2 weddings the following week. And in amongst those weddings, they're both international weddings. And what I mean by that is like our friends have families from overseas. So all of these families were coming overseas. They had all these extracurricular events outside of the weddings, as well as bucks parties, as well as hens. So honestly, I literally had 2 weeks where I had something on every fucking day. And you throw a 3-month-old into that mix, it's not fucking fun.
Social life. So, Cap, do you need a holiday from your holiday, mate? Is that what you're telling me? Or
Well,
what?
here's what happened, right? So the following week, the final week, we're supposed to go down south for a few days, which was fine. But I was just needing time off. So we went the first night, and the house that we stayed at, like the aircon was just shit ass. And basically 29 degrees in Ted's room at like 7:30 at night. And I was like, we can't stay here again. So we went home the next day. And then we had 5 days at home in a row, and it was bliss.
Yeah.
Absolute fucking bliss.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we came home because we had more events we had to do down south. So it was just fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. So
You just
anyways,
need that time. I love that Christmas time. Simply, I need at least a week where I have no plans, that I can just get up and just spend time with the fam, and
Oh, dude, it was awesome. Like honestly, the most recent 5 days that have just passed. I basically got up every morning with Ted about 5:30. Hung out with him and did a bunch of shit, and then he would have a nap with Mia for about 2.5 hours, and I'd just pump a bit of World of Warcraft, and then he'd wake back up again. We'd do some more play with Ted, go for a bit of walk. It was just chill. It was so fucking good.
Can we talk about World of Warcraft yet, Cap? Am I allowed to talk about video games?
Absolutely. Tell me.
Have you got your mythic 2000 Raider IO mount, big boy?
Not yet.
Dog?
No,
Not yet.
I'll have to wait till next week. So basically, for those at home that have no fucking idea what we're talking about, in World of Warcraft, you have dungeons, obviously, but they got a new system where you have like repeatable dungeons that increase in difficulty with what they call keys, and each key has a number. The number ascends, and it like basically 1 to as high as you can push it basically. So if you pass the dungeon, you'll get a key of a higher difficulty afterwards.
Theoretically, Cap, is it never-ending scaling? Could you theoretically go all the way up to say 30 and 40 keys? But
technically, yes, but I think like you are literally limited. Like keys tend to not really go much above like 23, 24, just because once you hit those numbers, the bosses and the mobs just deal so much damage you can't do anything against it.
Anything above 10, I find is a big spike for me when I'm
Absolutely.
playing. It's
because on top of that, you've got different mechanics that you're involved with, right? So keys up to level 4, I think you have 1 extra mechanic, and then keys up to level 10, you have 2 extra mechanics, and then keys beyond 10, you have 3 mechanics you're dealing with on top of the actual dungeon itself. So there's a lot of shit going on. But basically, what I've been working on is you get a rating based on all the dungeons you do, and each different mythic dungeon applies a rating basically. So I'm trying to get to 2000, so I get my special mount. It's it's not an easy thing to do because you have to push them fairly high. Like I think you probably need, I would think,
would it be like
at a
13s
minimum
across the board or something like that. 13s,
minimum timed 13s. Yeah. Which some weeks is not fucking easy. So each week you get rotating stuff. But yeah, this week's been horrific. So I can't see myself getting the final little bit of score I need this week. I think I have to wait till next week and push it then. So, which is fine. I don't mind.
Now, I'd be interested just to quickly hear your take on the state of World of Warcraft. Cap, you've played every X-Pack that's come out in the last couple of years. What do you think? Dragonflight's still doing it for you? Do you think it's...
Yeah, I'm really enjoying my time with it. I think, do you know what though, Grizz? And maybe we'll talk about this. Maybe we'll just sort of start going into our New Year's resolution in a way now. But I think my gaming preferences have changed dramatically in just the last year, especially having a baby.
Dude,
small piecemeal stuff.
Dota. We cannot play Dota right now.
There's no way I can. There's no way I can sit down for a game of Dota. There's no way.
I understand that.
You kind of could argue that dungeons are in a similar thing, but like I can kind of get away with just leaving my dungeon if I really need to. Yeah. So I don't know. I just think my World of Warcraft works really well with what I've got going on in my life with a baby at the moment. So I can jump in and do a couple of quests, or I can go and work on something, or go and do an old raid run, or there's just so much shit I can do. So live service games work really well because there's small repeatable chunks I can go and do. Whereas even single player games, like they're not holding my attention as much anymore because I don't have those big blocks of time I used to have where I have 6 hours to go and play God of War 2. you know, and I don't have that anymore. That doesn't exist in my life, and it's not going to for a long time. You know what I mean? So I'm just not getting that time anymore. So, which is fine. I just my gaming habits need to change, right? So, I think, you know, and okay, let's jump straight in. Let's all right. We'll move into the resolution thing in a second. Before we do, hey, thanks for jumping back in. We're sorry we've been gone for so long. We're sorry that we didn't tell you anything. It wasn't you, it was us.
We haven't disappeared. We're still here, and this year's going to be fucking excellent. We're going to be pushing this podcast as hard as we possibly can.
In big ways, in new ways. I think, you know, we've got some stuff in the pipeline, and by pipeline, I mean we're at the very start of the pipeline. We're still going to make our way through the middle section. We're getting there. We have ideas that we want to run with. So I think you'll probably see some changes to this podcast over the next few months. And I think they're going to be really positive and professional. I think this podcast is going to be, I mean, it already is fucking cool, but I think it's going to be really fucking cool.
It's going to be really fucking cool.
Real fucking cool.
Look at this. New year, new scenes, Pav. Well done.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Pav's eating fucking chippies. But anyways, so, welcome back. Thank you for being here. As always, just wanted to say cheers for consuming this content. If you know someone that might enjoy this, tell them about the podcast. You know, you can listen to it on Spotify. I think we've got YouTube replays on here happening. You probably YouTube that or some shit. And yeah, you can also watch every Monday from 7 p.m. AWST, baby. So go and, you know, jump in the chat and say good day every time we record this bad boy live. Now, most importantly, just want to thank our wonderful Patreon
which is
legends.
slowly growing. Like, I am super stoked. You guys are fucking legends.
It's actually kind of nuts when you think about it. Our Patreon subscriber base is definitely growing, which is great. So we've got a couple of new subscribers this week, I think, from last time. Maybe one of them may have already been there. Can't remember. It doesn't matter. It does matter, but it, you know, in this particular moment, you know. Anyways, so I just want to say, Sukai, Moosey, Caging Runt, Sergeant Paul, Lee GD, J Libs, Nicole, and Brendan. Guys, thank you for, thanks for monetarily supporting this little podcast of ours.
Absolute legend.
Hopefully it'll be a really big podcast by the end of next year. I mean, this year we will have the 50th episode. That will be, in the next 7 weeks, presumably, assuming we don't miss any. And I guess next year will be 100. Is that right? Yeah, next year will be 100. So, 50 episodes. We're at 43 today, so this is episode 43, which, I mean, hey, that's fucking nuts. I don't know if I've committed to anything that hard in my life, to be honest, but for my wife and my child. But yeah, better get that out the road. But yes, anyways, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Now, look, the first thing we wanted to chat about was New Year's gaming resolutions. So, going back to my little chat before about World of Warcraft, I think... Now, this is kind of a two-pronged thing, right?
Yeah.
So, real quickly, I recently was diagnosed with ADHD, and so much of my life made a lot of fucking sense. And I think my gaming habits are going to change dramatically now that I'm medicated.
Is that right, Kat?
I can already see it happening. Yeah, absolutely.
So you've always been one of those people that just swaps between games as you play them. You end up with a bit of an unfinished library. Is this?
I get very bored with games. Yeah, but the problem, one major issue I have in my gaming life is whenever I play a video game, my brain needs to interface with every single little fucking system in that game.
Yeah. To
the point where I expend that as much as I possibly can, when I should probably if I just stuck to the main storyline, I probably would finish that game.
Hyperfixating. Like you did all of these side quests in Dragonflight.
I did, yes.
Whereas
I don't regret that, by the way. It was good.
A lot of people just play the main story and then you can fucking start doing the progression.
I was like,
stuff.
No, doing that now. So I have this problem, and I do really feel like I'm not going to have that problem anymore. We'll see. But my New Year's resolution for this year is to, when I am playing games, and I'm sure that there will slowly become more time in my life where I can dedicate a little bit more gaming time to my time. I think I'm just going to push myself to just finish games, Don't worry too much about the side quests.
That is just, such fucking good game-elution, Kat.
Yeah,
like
so that's my big gamer kind of,
maybe
resolution.
Unless you're really not enjoying a game and you realize that it's dog
Look, absolutely.
shit.
Like if I'm not I feel like there's a lot of games that I really out of the gate thought were amazing games.
Yeah.
Like I think of games like Ghost of Tsushima and even off the top of my head, God of War 2. I mean, obviously I've got time commitments at the moment, but even the way I've approached God of War 2, I've had to do every single little fucking side thing as I've gone. And so it's a big time commitment, because when you look on those websites, it's like, how long does it take to finish this game? And it's like the main storyline, 30 hours, all side content, the next 5 years. Like, I'm never going to finish these games, and it's that fucking simple.
The Witcher would have been your bane of your existence, seeing all those question marks on the map.
I did most of The Witcher 3. I did do most of The Witcher 3. Pretty close to all of it, but outside of expansions. But gaming New Year's resolution is just that. Just interface with more games and just fucking finish a few.
Any other resolutions, not necessarily gaming, Cap, that you'd like to share? That is anything happening?
Well, probably. Do you know what? Another one I wanted to do. I've actually got 2 extras. One I've already almost achieved anyway is getting Keystone Master for World of Warcraft, cool. Which I'm pretty close to getting. Yeah. But I also want to just have a side game, and I think my side game is just going to be Pokemon Scarlet, and just fill out the Pokédex over the year. And
absolutely.
Just do a little bit of Pokemoning here and there. It doesn't have to be immediately. And I think that's another thing is like, I think a lot of gaming is like that FOMO, like having to do things immediately and being in that moment where everyone is all hyped about this new game. Just experience the game in your own time, enjoy it. I think that's always been an issue with me being a part of content creation and stuff is, a lot of people are doing gaming content, and that obviously you see that all the time. So, like we in this consumerist society where we have to consume immediately, just get it done and keep going. But I really want to just like enjoy a few games, and
I
just
absolutely
give myself that opportunity.
Love that take, Cap. Love that take. And you see a lot of people doing that, rushing into the hot flavor of the month. I am guilty of doing that as well. In the same note, and another take on that, Cap, there's so many fantastic games that are old. I've recently been going back and playing my favorite retro games, Super Nintendo games, picking those up and just playing through them casually on stream and having an absolute blast. I played through the first 2 Donkey Kong Countries. I played through Zelda, Link to the Past. I have played through Super Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario World. And it's just like, I'm just living in the nostalgia of the sounds and other bits and pieces.
Cool.
Like you say, sometimes they don't bang out that flavor of the month because, you end up jumping onto games here and there and ticking along. It's nice to just kind of sit back nice and smell the roses and
exactly, and just be a bit more considered with approaching games, I guess. But so that's my New Year's gaming resolution.
Very cool.
Grizzly, what about you, mate?
Well, dude, not as profound as yours, mate. I've just written things that I want to do that involve video games.
Nothing wrong with that.
One of them doesn't even involve video games, but it kind of does, so I'm going to say it. I want to play more D&D this year, Cap.
Nice. Very nice.
Specifically, I am working on designing a small campaign for me and my brothers to share. It's interesting. Looking back at my childhood, Cap, we pretty much played D&D. We didn't know it was D&D. We had Warhammer source books, and we used to my brother used to design these basically like one-shots. You're in a forest, here's your stats, here's your things, go and do the stuff. Is Pab's face stuck?
Don't mind me. I'm frozen. Don't mind.
Someone get a screenshot of this shit and post it on our socials so people can see that. How is that where it froze? That's amazing.
I love how he's surprised about my story, Pav.
I just thought excited.
I just thought he was hyper keen for D&D.
I was.
Unbelievable. Okay, someone get a photo.
The wind's going to change. It'll be stuck like that forever.
Holy shit. Sorry. Okay, Grizz. Yeah, so D&D,
anyway,
mate.
Yeah, D&D. I want to play some D&D. I think it's I don't know. I just really, really love it. It's just so
absolutely.
in-depth and kind of design your own thing. I've been working hard with a mate to try to design this campaign that best fits it for myself being a new DM, because I'm going to DM this. And so I've got to learn all the rules and all the shit So
Yeah.
I've been hyper fixating on trying to get that sorted. But so I'm looking forward to doing that. In terms of video gaming, Cap,
Yep.
I want to play those games that people have recommended that I play that I've missed out on. One of them is The Last of Us. I think I need to play that. I think I'm doing a disservice of not playing that game from all accounts. The other one is I want to do God of War PS4, finish that, and Ragnarok as well, because I actually got given Ragnarok for Christmas, Cat. Got gifted. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay.
So
Hell
play
yeah.
play those bangers.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. Well, I think those are great goals.
There you go. The only other one is you may have seen I've started streaming again, Cap. And I'm trying to beat a certain number of retro games in a short period of time. So that's a bit of
So
like
what's the number? How many we got?
50 retro games by March, the end of March.
I reckon you got that, mate.
I'm at 6 right now, so we're
Yeah.
slowly working our way through. But
Shit,
I'm
yeah.
gonna do the likes of the original Doom games. Did you know, Cap, that they got a remaster? Well, kind of like not a remaster, but a HD kind of remake to our aspect ratio. You can get them on Steam now, a bundle.
Yes, I did know that. Yeah. And they look really good. They look really good.
No mouse look though, so still the old keyboard. Point
I
and
like
shoot.
the sound of that though. That's some OG shit.
OG
which is
shit.
cool.
Yep.
The OG real shit. But yeah, fuck yeah, mate. I'm a big fan of the 50 retro games by March. So have you got any standout titles that you have to play between now and then?
Well, in old me fashion, I've picked all the good ones first, so it's probably going to be all the average ones into the middle that will be not fun. But now I want to do all the classics, all the Marios, all the Donkey Kongs, including Yoshi's Island. I want to do that. I want to do Zelda, which I nearly finished that. I want to do Super Metroid, banger game.
Absolutely.
And then maybe some PC ones. I was actually thinking of running the original StarCrafts. StarCraft 1 and 2 could be
Oh,
good fun.
yeah. Big
And
fan
maybe,
of that. Hell
Maybe
yeah.
Warcraft 1 and 2. I think Warcraft 1 is maybe a little bit old, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh,
mate.
dude, you know what? I'm such a big fan of 3. I
Are you?
sunk
Yeah.
so many hours into 3. It's out of control. As a kid, I remember having this old, it was like a HP computer that was running like Windows ME and just smashing the Warcraft 3 back in the day. Fuck those good days.
That's where a lot of those MOBAs came from, hey, Cap? Like,
Yeah.
Heroes
that's
of
literally where Dota came from.
Yeah, Dota, yeah, and all that, yeah.
I mean, Dota was
Fantastic.
a little Warcraft 3 mod, so mate, that's insanely cool. Now, Pav, I know you're eating chips, but do you have any rezos?
Less resolutions and just things I want to aim to achieve.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. Oh, my camera's frozen again. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Ignore it.
Another fucking ripper. Big fan of that.
Look, definitely looking to start streaming regularly again, setting up this schedule by the end of next month, and hopefully I can continue on that moving forward and committing to it. Really excited. Kind of the opposite of your goal, Cap. I want to play a bit of everything and do like follow the trends and like be in the moment and do all those things.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
and yeah, pretty excited to just get back into it because I've been out of the streaming scene we've been podcasting the whole year, but I think I streamed like 3 times.
I'm the same, Pav. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're basically taking a year off, mate.
Literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I
To
just
do
want to
podcasting.
play more games. My Steam year review showed that I didn't open Steam for like 4 months.
Really?
Wow. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah.
Wow, that is
mental.
bonkers. No, I'm probably getting pretty close. I haven't opened Steam in a long time since WoW came out. WoW's probably been out for 3 months or something. Well, how long's WoW been out for? 2 months? No, November, wasn't it? Okay,
November?
not quite. Still, I mean, that's a long time for me.
It was out in November. But yeah, other than that, just more gaming events, more hosting, and getting into the scene, and just keep doing the thing. And
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's gonna be good. Gonna be a
Kicking
big
those
year.
goals, Pav.
100%.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, it's gotta make it happen.
Shit,
Very
yeah,
nice.
mate. That is
Love
an
it.
excellent goal. Big fan of that. Now, do we have any just general resolutions? I'm kind of like
General.
my general resolution is well, I was on a really good thing with the gym before we had a baby. So I
Yep.
want to get back into the gym, trying to aim for 1 day a week and then slowly build that back up to 3 days a week where I was at before. and also probably just like generally try and slowly sort out my, I don't know, just eating, just not eating as much, basically. Just trying to fucking do that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. Tell you what, ever since being on fucking dexamphetamines for ADHD, don't have to eat that much. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's been a
Suppresses the
good
appetite a
dieting
bit.
tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
Fucking
Been
there
great.
you go, man. Comes
Yeah.
hand in hand. I'm pretty similar to you, Cap. I want to keep up the strength training, but I want to find this fucking balance that I've been hunting for years between work and life and fun, and
dude.
just really try to like focus on that this year. So I may as well say it now, but I've started a new job. The first day was today. If you were in Twitch chat and you're wondering why I'm wearing a button-up shirt all the way up to the neck, which I'm actually going to undo a button. Why not? It's because I've come straight from work, but the new job was excellent. Enjoyed it today. But this job comes with an opportunity to work from home a lot more. So I think that's a good opportunity for me to be a bit more present with my family and everything else, and have more time for podcasts and video games too. So excited about that.
Mate, I think, I don't know, we're always chasing the perfect life balance, aren't we? The perfect life balance is not working. That's the perfect life balance.
Yes. Podcasting twice a week.
Yeah. Twice a week podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can keep that up, but we give it a crack. Okay. Well, that's I like it, boys. Well done. Have you got a generalist reso? Not really. Just be a mad dog.
Yeah, it's literally just like I'm very events focused and like trying to fulfill
Surely
my hosting dreams.
This house party, housewarming, Pav. Surely we come around and get boozed in your house and.
Look, my house is very small, so maybe we'll do for our 50th episode.
Intimate.
Okay.
And it can just be us, and we can sink a bunch of beers, and we'll
That'd be sick, dude.
maybe we'll do a special episode on a Saturday or Sunday or something. And
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
We can
I'm like
push
where
it
this
up.
is going.
We can push it into a gaming stream after the potty.
exactly. Because I got
nice.
a couch right here. We can do some couch co-op.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, that could actually work pretty well. I'll send Mia and Ted off to the in-laws, and I'll come and hang out with Pavlich. That sounds great. All right, maybe episode 50 or something. Oh, I don't know. We'll figure something out. We'll talk about
we'll aim
that.
for 50, but yeah.
Yeah,
So,
hell yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Resolutions. Very fucking cool. Now, Grizz,
Yes, sir.
someone else that probably has a pretty big New Year's resolution to get their fucking company back together is Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've I don't know. I don't know what's going on at Ubisoft. It doesn't look great. Things are looking a bit funky. They basically had this thing trending by a guy called Stephen. What's his name? Stephen Tortillo, who is he's a games journalist for Axios, and he was saying that basically Ubisoft have been facing surprisingly slower sales. They've cancelled 3 unannounced projects, planning to cut $200 million using natural attrition and divesting of non-core assets. Attrition, I believe, is like trying to get rid of employees in a natural way, such as like when people die or naturally move to other companies. So
They're
just
not
kind of
making
letting them go.
They're not making them redundant or anything like that.
It doesn't
Cap,
look like
or-
there's any redundancies on the cards at the moment. They don't like doing big layoffs, which is very non-corporate of them, I guess. But basically, it seems like they're trying to shift people around into different projects. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just it's interesting. It looks like Skull and Bones. I mean, this is that pirate game they've had coming out for the last fucking 50 years. It's been delayed again.
That was announced in 2017, I think, Cap. A long time ago.
Yeah,
And
so,
this-
and I
was
mean,
this-
if
this
it was
six-
announced in
sixth-
2017, like think about how long it's been in development.
This is the 6th delay, Cap, I believe, for Skull and Bones.
Dude. Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been fucking delayed every fucking week. But anyway, so it looks like now it's going to be released in early. Well, it says early. It says here, Skull and Bones will now be released early 2023, 2024. What does that even mean?
That
makes
does
no
not make
sense.
sense, mate.
So does that mean it's going to be in 2023? I don't quite know.
Maybe
I
they
think
give
they're
themselves a nice big window there,
Yeah,
Cap, just to be
huge
like,
window.
here we go.
Yeah.
Look, there's a statement in that article, Cap, that apparently Ubisoft's reasoning behind this lack in sales and bits and pieces. So, according to Ubisoft, they blame these low sales and larger financial troubles on the industry's continued shift towards mega brands and everlasting live service games.
Yeah. I mean, yes, but no. Well, I mean, actually, I'm moving to live service games a bit more than usual. So, hey, maybe there's something in that. But I think maybe a bigger issue is your shit fucking games, Ubisoft.
I tell you what, and let's talk about their shit games, Cap. What have they got on there? So let's talk about Ubisoft game franchises. What have they got? They've got...
Well, they got Tom Clancy. They've got...
Tom Clancy,
well, they do have the Rabbids, Mario Rabbids
Creed.
stuff, Assassin's Creed, which seems to work pretty well every time they release one. So, that's their one ace in the hole. What else have they got?
Siege, I think. Siege is theirs.
Yeah, which is Tom Clancy. So I mean, that's their live. They do have a live service game. It's Siege.
I think the best game they've got, Cap, is Rayman.
Yeah,
but yes, they do
bring it back.
Rayman.
Do you know what? Where the fuck is Rayman? What happened? What happened to Rayman? Maybe that's one of the unannounced cancelled games.
But when you look at that list there, Cap, apart from Assassin's Creed, which maybe we'll get to later, arguably,
they haven't got much going on.
They haven't got much going on there to the point of where, you can probably see maybe why they're not going so great, Cap.
Yeah, well, it kind of makes you wonder what the fuck that, dude, Ubisoft has how many head offices? 5 massive offices. What the fuck are these guys doing? You know what I mean? So, it's kind of crazy.
So what do they need to do, Cap? They need a breath of fresh air, just a bit more creative direction coming from someone. And
I don't know, dude. If you asked me, I couldn't see Ubisoft being around in 10 years.
Is this a Sony acquisition waiting to happen, Cap, or Microsoft? Maybe.
I don't know who would want Ubisoft. In all honesty, I don't want Ubisoft. Who wants Ubisoft? I don't know. I think there's a lot of issues at hand. I definitely think there's an economic climate that is difficult to overcome for some publishers. I do. What was that thing you said? God, where was it? Okay, so for example, look, Mario Rabbids has performed fairly poorly in terms of sales. It's been really well critically acclaimed, so technically you'd think that it would sell well because...
Is this the recent one, Cap, or are we talking
this is
about
the recent sequel.
The recent one, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so the first one went great. It was a huge success, actually.
Massive,
this is Ubisoft's Mario Cross Rabbids XCOM, strategic shooter thing that they've got going. So, anyways, old mate said, now, where did he say it? Here we go. Okay, so this is Yves Yillemont said, what we observed is that there's a contraction overall in consumer spending from the economic environment and rising inflation. Absolutely, and it's cheaper to get into live service games because either they don't charge anything or they charge a very small cost of ongoing, $14.
Yep.
So that's fine.
And we look at the success also, Cap, just to throw in the work, game subscriptions, Xbox Game Pass, etc. Around,
Now, the interesting thing that he also said, Grizz, is he said, when there's more pressure, people tend to go for bigger brands. They don't go for small ones. Eves, you just released a game with Mario. Are you fucking shitting me? That is a quote from your mouth. What the fuck are you talking about?
The success of indie games right now is fucking through the roof because they can operate these games on a low budget and
here's my take on
it.
I think that people trust bigger companies less these days because they just keep churning out the same old fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
They do cookie cutter, fucking quick fix, fucking video games. I tell you what, the last few Assassin's Creed, I think subpar by far. Well, compare it to something like Elden Ring, for example.
Absolutely.
No, anyways, but still, when you look at an open world game like Assassin's Creed and what they've churned out recently, they are just fucking cookie cutter, fucking checklist games, and they're fucking boring. Even I would almost argue that Horizon is in a similar bucket in terms of quality. Hate to say it, sorry, but I don't know if it's quite up there. I just don't think that people want to just buy these. I mean, these games cost hundreds of bucks. In Australia, a AAA title, brand new for a PS5, is what, $110, $120?
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Why am I going to drop that much money when I can go and get a subscription to World of Warcraft
Yeah.
and be playing that for months to come. Or go and play Call of Duty Warzone every day after work for a couple of hours, and I'm pretty good.
Or
You know,
go get an Xbox Game Pass subscription and have access to how many games you've got in there.
yeah, literally, like it's a no-brainer, really. So
Well,
I don't know.
it's probably worth us touching on Assassin's Creed as a whole, Cap.
Yeah.
So we've spoken about this before in the past, but this takeaway of RPG fatigue in these games that we keep seeing coming around. We saw, what was the recent one, Cap?
Valhalla.
Valhalla. Not do so great, even though that is literally Ubisoft's. That's poster boy franchise here, and we're getting reviews around RPG fatigue and bits and pieces.
Yeah.
So, thoughts on that, Cap? Do you think they can fix this, or what?
Well, look, I think Ubisoft is super desperate, and I think their marketing for Assassin's Creed paints that picture. I mean, how all in have they gone on Assassin's Creed recently? They're like, hey, we've got fucking 4 Assassin's Creed games in the works.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
right.
knows how far off these games are. Like, I think the one that's coming soonish, or the soonest, is that a word? Soonest, is going to be this Mirage title. Now, interestingly, it being the first title, I think for a few reasons, it's set kind of in a similar time period to the first Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
It's also going to be a much more kind of crafted and intimate Assassin's Creed experience rather than the usual bloated fucking RPG-ware bullshit that they've been putting out the last few years. I think they know that they need to do something slightly different with this franchise. I think, they obviously took it in a certain direction, and they're going to find it hard to go backwards in a different direction because now they've got a player base that wants maybe I don't know. Do people actually really want these bloated RPGs from Assassin's Creed anymore? I don't. I want to go back to the old Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
if you're asking me.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think Mirage, they're kind of hoping this might be a return to form for them and maybe breach the nostalgia kind of wall for a lot of players and go, oh, this is kind of like the first Assassin's Creed when I used to play it when I was younger and it wasn't bloated and dog shit. So I think, we'll see what happens.
It sounds like, Cap, they're kind of maybe putting a lot of their eggs into this basket for Mirage. They've cancelled some of their other IPs that are going to be released, and they're kind of making the point saying they're going to return to their roots a bit and design this game. So I think
I think they have to, though, Grizz. This is
absolutely.
In all honesty, I don't know how well they go. Maybe there might be a few more fucking cancelled projects, maybe in the Assassin's Creed sector this time. I mean, obviously they've like we'll talk
are any
before,
of the ones that are cancelled in the Assassin's Creed? Do we know that? Has that been?
They said cancelled unannounced titles. Well, they've announced all the incoming Assassin's Creed. Like they have. I tell you what, their phone Assassin's Creed version that's apparently being released by Netflix or whatever actually looks pretty fucking impressive for a phone game. And it doesn't, at this stage, touch wood, and we'll see what happens, but it doesn't look like it's going to be filled with microtransactions and bullshit. So I think Netflix is kind of trying to take gaming on a mobile phone in a more kind of traditional gamer kind of direction, which, I mean, fuck it, we'll see what happens. Probably not.
Like a Netflix, mate. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Netflix has every interest in doing that because they're the entertainment company and they need to divest because, they're getting pinged by fucking Binge, Stan, everyone else. So they got to do something else. So why don't we do some gaming as well? Hey, you heard about gaming, fellas? It makes a lot of money. Thing is, they're not doing it in the way that's going to make them a lot of money. But anyways, I do applaud them for that at this stage, presuming that they don't fill it with microtransactions. Anyways, going back, where was I going with this? Anyways, the phone version of the Assassin's Creed, I can't remember. I think it's called Jade or something. It's set like in China. I guess the Great Wall seems to be prominent within that game. It actually looks pretty good from some of the early stuff that I saw. Okay. Doesn't look too bad at all. And the graphics actually look pretty good for a phone game as well. So that could be interesting.
Now, Cap, my gripe with this whole Mirage thing here, right, is it seems they're going back to this original formula of Assassin's Creed. same kind of setting. They're going to make the story a little bit more linear, bits and pieces. Now, I don't know how I feel about this when we've seen titans like God of War, Elden Ring. Assassin's Creed was quite a long time ago, and at the time it did great. Do you think that Ubisoft can make a game that stands up to the likes of God of War, Elden Ring, those kind of? You don't think so?
No, I really don't. I just don't think they have it in them anymore. I think they've got a lot of talented developers there, but there's just something not quite right about Ubisoft anymore. Dude, I was thinking about this on the way home from work today, and I was just like, I remember when I saw the Ubisoft logo start up when I played a video game, I thought, fuck, these guys are sick developers. Yeah. And the game, the name has just slowly been more and more tarnished over time.
It's the feeling you get when you see From Software pop up in the Souls. Like in
yeah,
one of those games,
absolutely.
Like,
you just think, these guys produce my favorite games. They don't anymore. They really fucking don't. I cannot tell you the last time I played an Ubisoft game went, fuck, that was a brilliant game. I mean, actually, do you know what? Sparks of Hope actually was pretty good. Not really for me, I don't think, overall, because I just
Sparks of Hope is Rabbids, is it?
The Rabbids, the latest
yeah.
Rabbids title. Just a little bit too simple. I just wasn't in the mood to play something so dumbed down of that formula. But
just on Sparks of Hope, Cap, people said that the marketing was not there for Sparks of Hope. Like it wasn't pushed hard enough.
Do you know what I think? Do you know what I think happened though? I reckon personally that I just think they thought they didn't need to market it much because it was a Nintendo Switch title, and everyone with a Switch, they thought probably just buy it. But the thing is, I think there's something about the Mario Rabbids franchise that I think for some people they just go, whatever. Yeah. I just think they kind of dismiss it a little bit. The first game I think was a nice novelty, and maybe people got the first game out of just a novel sense, and then the second one's kind of come around. They're going, oh well, kind of know what that's all about.
Have no idea what Rabbids is, Cap. What it's almost like a Mario kind of.
They're just like
XCOM.
crazy rabbits, yeah. And it's like, so Rabbids was on the Wii, and it was kind of like just stupid. I can't even really remember. It was like a party game or something, and then they've obviously pitched to Nintendo doing this Rabbids Mario crossover.
It's like a tactical place your unit, have abilities turn-based kind of tactical.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of tactical game,
yeah. So I don't know. I just think, I think they maybe thought that the game would work off its own laurels and they wouldn't have to put the money in. And maybe because then having lower than average and expected sales, they didn't want to put too much money into marketing. And now they're having this issue where they haven't sold enough copies and they're having to sell on Amazon for $30, which is obviously not ideal because I bet you it costs a lot more than $30 a pop to build that game. Anyways, I don't know. I think there's a lot of issues with Ubisoft.
Dude, the original game had 10 million players, Cap. The original Rabbids game had sold 10 million copies.
Well, I bet they have not sold that many copies for this game.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
Ubisoft. They need to change some stuff up, Capo.
We'll see where they are in, I don't know, like, I just can see them getting bought out by, like, because they were going to get bought out by Vivendi, which was kind of like a dodgy company. I can't really remember exactly why they were dodgy, but apparently they were dodgy. Kind of like a 10-cent kind of esque pub buyer of other companies, and they basically managed to not get bought out by them. But I could just see them getting bought out by someone, and then their IPs just getting turned into fucking, I don't know, Konami fucking gacha games or something like that. Just pinball machines.
I wonder if they're regretting not getting bought out now that they're struggling.
I don't know. I just don't see how they come back from this. I mean, they apparently had Just Dance 2023 come out as well, and that did not go very well either. So
yeah, the Just Dance is it's the same thing as the Assassin's Creed, Cap. Just Dance has an annual game they bring out, and I think I've got one on my Switch, I think, and it's just the same every year with new songs, essentially. Like nothing changes. It's the same shit. Assassin's Creed, it's the same shit. They bring it out every year. It's an RPG open world game with RPG fatigue. Not every year, however often. I don't know.
Actually, here we go. In chat, Sukai said Vivendi owns Gameloft and Daily Motion. I knew they owned something dodgy, and Gameloft is like, well, they have done some pretty gross mobile games in the past. So it kind of gives you a rough idea of where they're at. So. So there you go. Anyways, Grizz, 5 years, 10 years from now, can you see Ubisoft still being a thing?
I don't think any of their franchises hold enough weight. I mean, sure, they can downsize maybe,
Yeah.
but I do think they need a new lens to focus. They just need to
Yeah.
do something out of the box to make their games work. Because at the moment, there's nothing
not
there.
working.
It's not selling it to me, mate.
Yeah,
And
I don't know.
clearly
I
not
think I'm in
selling
the
it to
same
the
boat.
public either. Cap.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, anyways, moving along, Grizz, and probably kind of ties into this. Desktop GPUs
Yeah.
have hit a 20-year low,
Wowzers.
which is interesting, Grizz, in a lot
Yeah.
of ways. So I think this kind of do you think this is an ongoing thing that we've
So
got here, Grizz? Like
We're
an
talking
economic
about
climate?
GPU sales at a
Yes.
20-year low, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's
so
a
people are
there's a
building
heap-
less computers.
There's a
technically by
heap
that.
of reasons why, and I guess the glaringly obvious one that slaps you in the face straight away is the crash of crypto. You know,
Actually, that's a good point.
crypto has really shit the bed since midway
Yeah.
through 2022, and people not buying cards to mine crypto. But I do also think genuinely people right now are not buying graphics cards, Cap, because we're waiting for Nvidia to release their stuff, and I'm pretty sure there's cards from AMD which are being released as well, and they've been insanely expensive and maybe starting to drop. But yeah, I'm waiting to build my next PC.
Yeah. I don't know. I
So-
think another big issue we've got, Grizz, is just the price increase for GPUs hasn't really like matched inflation very well. It kind of seems like they've just put an extra big price tag on a lot of the like Nvidia especially. I think AMD is actually doing a pretty decent job of trying to be a fairly low cost operator, but
Yeah.
Nvidia seems to just be putting these premium price tags on their GPUs to the point where people are going, is that GPU really worth the
costs
50%?
like fucking
you know?
10 times more than any other PC component. Let's talk about the price of a 4090 at the moment. Cap, what is it? You're paying like $2,500,
Let's
$2,000
find
bucks,
out.
something like that.
4090 PLE. Let's have a look. So PLE is like our I don't know what would you call that? Our go-to distributor. This is saying $3,000. Does it sound about right?
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
three.
yes, maybe.
Depending on which card you go, like if you want to spend some cash, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for the base level cards. Other cards are looking like towards 3.8 grand. That's mate, that is a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot
I
of
mean,
money.
there's another thing we should talk about here, Cap, as well, which I think the current gen consoles, Xbox, PlayStation 5, are rivaling the performance we see on desktop computers now. You know, they've essentially got 2080s.
Yeah. I mean, you
in
got
them.
obviously got to look at that through a lens of like games that have been specifically crafted for that experience. But I think like the experience in general for what you're getting out of your consoles these days, they're fucking really good. You know,
Yeah.
for the most part, you don't have these. Like I remember back in the olden days when people were really trying to push the limits of consoles, and you had these games come out that had quite brutal frame rate drops, and you know, because
yeah.
it. You know, but we don't really have that as much anymore.
There's a reason why we were PC
Apart from the
elitists,
Switch.
Cap, wasn't it? It's like cost you an
Yeah.
arm and leg to get one, but once you've got it, you're like basically
Like you felt
playing
good.
on another
Yeah.
whole level to everyone else on their shitty little Nintendo Switch and whatever else, mate.
Well, that's the thing. Probably one of the I mean, obviously the Switch is like a arguable I don't know, experience at the moment. I think again, we've spoken multiple times about the Switch and how it's probably a little bit long in the tooth, but I think for the most part, consoles are doing a pretty good job of maintaining I mean, how old's the PS5 now? 2-3 years max? 2
Something
years?
like that. You know what? I don't play mine
Right.
very much, Cap. I should play
Yeah.
it more. Yeah,
Well, you got God of War now, mate, and you can play
very
that.
true. Yeah, very
Yeah.
true.
But I think overall, mate, I think just the and probably going back to this Ubisoft thing,
Yeah,
there's definitely an economic climate thing here as well, in my opinion. Like people are much less like happy to part with big sums of money for something they kind of like. Do I really need that?
yeah. I think
Uh,
so too, mate. Absolutely.
You know? And
you know,
COVID's
it's all-
obviously changed the game in a lot of ways, in more ways than one. Obviously, crypto was the big one, but
Yeah. I mean, a
you
lot
know.
of people come out of COVID and reevaluated their life a little bit. I know I did. I tried to find way more life balance, and maybe people are deciding to work more from home or even part time, 4 days a week, and justifying their big spends. But Cap, I want to talk quickly about the the reduction in sales on GPUs surely will drive the price down on this stuff, right? You got less people crypto mining and whatnot. Are we going to see a decline in PC parts now from this?
Maybe. I'm not. That's a hard one because you could argue. I mean, they're going to have to drop the price, right? Because it's a basic economic question,
Exactly.
right?
Yes. Supply and demand,
when you
baby,
have less
you know?
supply, then the price goes down, and when when there's less demand, the price goes down because there's more.
Do you
supply.
remember when there was a fucking storm in Australia and it wiped out all the bananas in Carnarvon, all the banana plantations?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then like a banana would cost you like $13 in the store. And everyone was like, think they were kings eating their bananas, just like, like getting scurvy.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few things happen like that. I remember like oversupplies of things as well. Like I remember there was a strawberry oversupply for a little while there, and obviously the price of strawberries like just plummeted. And hey, maybe we'll see a similar thing happening with desktop GPUs in the coming time. Like, especially here's the thing, Grizz. Like, I think people have already been talking about how the most recent generation of NVIDIA cards aren't like that particularly technically impressive. Mostly in terms of their gimmicky kind of not gimmicky, but like their actual technology of what they're doing. So it's not really that impressive. Whereas the next stage, apparently, from insider, kind of talks, is like the 50 series is going to be hectic. So people are like, do I just wait, or do I wait for the 50 series to come out? The 40 series nosedives in price, and I buy one of those series. You know what I mean? It's an interesting.
He was telling me the 40 series cards are very similar to the 30 series cards in terms of their performance.
Yeah,
but
and again in terms of the technology as well. So I don't know. It's going to be a very interesting. Very interesting next few years, I suppose, Grizzler, when we get some more. GPU
absolutely,
and also, do you know what's also interesting, Grizz, is we've got other players like Intel coming out with graphics cards now as well, which they're traditionally CPU only kind of guys. It's just, I don't know, the playing field is kind of widening, and then also, we've got these weird economic questions. It's just, it's bizarre. It's interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see where we're at.
I feel like NVIDIA have kind of ruled the roost. It's interesting you say that. It was always Intel, and then AMD started being competitive in the CPU market. And I hope to see, that drives price down as well, Cap, but I hope to see the same happening in graphics cards. I don't know. I'm still an NVIDIA graphics card person.
I kind of am as well. I prefer to stick to that.
I think mainly it comes down to, for me, is having the encoding when you're streaming. The NVIDIA encoding is way better than the AMD equivalent in terms of using resources. So
absolutely,
hopefully they can sort it out.
It'll be interesting, Grizz. Well, talking about interesting, Valve had a massive leak recently. It was actually kind of fucking bonkers. Some bloke apparently has had his hands or their hands on like a shitload of assets and stuff from games such as Half-Life 2 and Portal, and specifically Team Fortress 2.
Yeah.
And when I say assets, I mean like internal assets. Things that have been kept on, local secure servers within Valve offices and stuff like that. So, basically this person has released a shitload of those asset repositories, which held all kinds of shit. In particular, just like never before seen stuff, Grizz. Like we're talking, unreleased maps, models, game modes, all kinds of shit. So,
dude, apparently the Team Fortress 2, it was like 61 gig of maps and models.
Yeah, which is crazy. So, like, there was like, there was another like Dust Bowl, which is a fairly popular map for TF2. I think that probably the biggest one was the TF2. Like, obviously, there was sort of stuff released for Half-Life 2 and Portal and stuff, but I think the amount of TF2 stuff that came out was ridiculous. Like, they even had a fourth level of the Sentry turret that the engineer could create, which is kind of fucking scary. I don't know if you've ever been up against a level 3 turret, but a level 4 turret sounds fucked up. So, yeah.
So, Cap, how important is this, mate? What does this actually mean? Does this mean that people can use these assets and do as they like, potentially make like backyard versions of Team Fortress 2 with all the missing shit and bits and pieces. Like, what does this actually mean?
Look, I don't know if it means an awful lot because of the time proximity to when those games were actually most popular. I think it's more interesting because people will probably use these assets to mod shit into the game, which I think is cool. You know, like we could have these cool, you know, Valve half-baked maps and stuff that we could bring back into the game and put on to local custom servers and, you know, have Dust Bowl 2 and stuff like that. Maybe modders will flesh them out a little bit just to sort of get them into a nice kind of, you know, good-looking state. But for the most part, I don't know if this means an awful lot. I think it's just interesting to see how much shit came out.
Well, it's interesting to see the amount of unreleased stuff that they're sitting on, mate, for games that old, you know, just haven't used.
Well, this guy said that he's been sitting on these files since 2016 and basically, you know, was, I think, here's the quote. I don't care anymore. I also did my toying around with it for a few years, did not upload anything because I was threatened every time. A real shame. I have no legal binding to these files, not anymore. I've held onto these files since 2016. So I don't know. I think maybe the hacker or person who received these files maybe tried to anonymously get some money or some shit. I don't know. Blackmail Valve. Valve was like, "Fuck you." And just never did. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting story just in the sense that there was a shitload of stuff that was released. Even stuff like I don't know if you remember the Man vs Machine mode that they had in the game, which is basically like a what do you call it? Like a horde mode thing.
Cap?
Yeah, Team Fortress 2. So they had like a raid mode thing which they were going to implement, and then I think they just turned that into Man vs Machine. I don't know. I just think in terms of like games preservationism and is that a word? I'm making that a word. It is now.
Yeah, sounds good to me, mate.
Yeah. I think just in terms of like even just general development and just understanding how these games are generated and where the directions that developers take is just purely interesting to see what they had in the works that they could have released, decided not to for whatever reason. And yeah, just looking back on it, I think it's fucking cool.
So apparently they've reached out to Valve for comment on this and haven't heard back yet. So we'll keep the finger on the pulse on that one and see whether Valve come out and say, "God damn it!" But I wonder whether this guy will get a slap on the wrist for this. Cap, surely maybe his NDA or whatever it is that has now expired, and he's gone, well, fuck yeah.
Maybe I don't know. I think I don't know how much they'll care. I mean, Valve's barely a games company anymore. Like I know they produce Dota and stuff, but I mean they're not producing any Half-Lifes or any sort of single player video games anymore for the most part. I mean, obviously they did some VR stuff with you know, Half-Life Alyx and stuff, which I think which went exceptionally well. I think it's probably one of the better titles on VR in general. But I don't know, they're just not really pushing the boundaries of game development anymore. So I don't know if they're going to really give a shit, to be honest. I think they'll be like
from the games they've got, I guess, Cap, right?
Selling hats in fucking Dota and skins in CSGO. They're fucking making the big bucks. Putting money in Gaben's pocket. So there you go. Now, Grizz, speaking about putting money in elsewhere's pocket, Fortnite has been ordered to pay more than $500 million over FTC allegations of privacy violations and unwanted charges.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Wait, is this the thing? Oh, yeah, I did hear. Is this the thing? Now, I didn't actually read this story, Cap, so flying a bit blind here, but I did hear that if you had bought stuff from the item shop over a certain period of time, you could log into your Fortnite and refund all of those skins that you had bought.
Probably what has been getting spoken about. Yeah.
Is that part of this? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission, they kind of look at, I mean, the FTC is the guys that are leading the charge on potentially denying Microsoft to buy out Blizzard, for example, because they think it might be anti-competition, etc. So this is these guys. They have basically come along and said, "Hey, you have violated the COPPA, which is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, and deployed design tricks to get people to basically unintentionally purchase things." So I actually found
Targeting
this
kids to buy battle passes and shit like that is what I
and
heard.
we've spoken about this before,
Yeah.
Grizz, with like, people using and so they call these dark patterns, which I found quite interesting because I never actually heard of the term before. So like a dark pattern, for example, might be like a really small cross button on a window that pops up on things. And so when you click it, you miss the cross button and it actually just opens up the advert. Or it might be, for example, you have two buttons. One's like buy, and there's fucking stars, and it lights up, and it's fucking
I see
nice
that
colors.
stuff. That stuff is everywhere, mate. It's
It's everywhere. And then the no thanks button will be like size 2 font next to that button, and a very light color that you don't notice. Those are dark patterns. Now, I'm trying to remember. I think the big issue with Fortnite was the way that it was kind of like telling you about how the currency works. There was things like leftover currency for things, and I'm trying to remember the exact way that they did these dark patterns. But basically, this is where they've been pinged and ordered to pay all this cash back. So. I mean, as a parent, how do you feel about that?
Well, I knew it happens, and you know what, Cap? It happens. Like Fortnite, yes, good, but slap them on the wrist. Mobile games, iPad games, like the games that my kids have, I am so glad that I have no payment methods rigged up to their iPads, because these dark patterns are everywhere. You pretty much can't have an app on a mobile app that you've picked up that doesn't have some kind of wanting my child to press something by accident to purchase some certain amount of currency for that game. It is honestly rampant. So
I mean, in particular for this, like the FTC was complaining that the way that Fortnite was offering in-app purchases, it was kind of just like a simple button press rather than requiring a password or a PIN number for a card holder, etc. So they've basically been pinged for that. But I think it'll be interesting to see if anyone else gets pinged for shit like this, Grizz, because, I mean, Fortnite is by far not the only, person or, conglomerate utilizing these dark patterns.
Dude, Diablo Immortal,
Blizzard does
surely. Yeah, Diablo Immortal is a prime example of this.
Mate, this particular story must have a few corporate kind of boards sweating a little bit, because dark patterns are fucking everywhere. It's funny. I think the thing about this whole idea of dark patterns is crazy, because I'd never heard of the term before, because I've been so overly exposed to it before. I never even realized there was a term for it.
Yeah, I'm the same as you, dude.
Yeah, I had no fucking idea. So I think in terms of being a design consideration for the development of apps and stuff, it's kind of crazy that this stuff is obviously very well researched to the point of being a terminable thing that people implement in their thing knowingly in their apps. But I mean, obviously we know that these things exist, and Fortnite has now been pinged for it and will be paying $500 million, which is a lot of fucking money, Grizz.
Yeah. So, Cap, I did find a quick link on some of the Fortnite ones, and this is also a bit of an explanation of some things that you may see for dark patterns. So, shoppers often will find items sneaking into their basket, or by clicking on a bundle of items without realizing it was a bundle. In Fortnite's case, they were offering in-app purchases. Fortnite players were allowed to buy different costumes and accoutrements for their avatars by simply pressing a few buttons. Didn't realize they were actually buying stuff. No PIN or password required. No authorization. You just click it and you just bought that. It's just uses your money for it. So
hectic,
mate.
Very hectic. But so there you go, Grizz. Let FTC laying down the fucking law. Now, again, speaking of Blizzard, Grizzly, they've had a hero return to their team.
A hero,
a hero of Warcraft. You may have heard this name, Chris Metzen. He is one of the kind of, I guess, if you consider Blizzard to be, a biblical or fantasy, story. He is one of the founding fathers. He's one of the three wise men that got Blizzard to where they're at.
Right.
But yeah, he is rejoining Blizzard as like a creative director. Now,
What games did
is-
Metzen work on, Cap? We talk about the early Warcraft.
everything Warcraft,
Yeah, okay.
everything into World of Warcraft as well. He had a lot to do
Oh.
with, a lot of early Warcraft
It
stuff.
says back in '94, which would have been, I would imagine.
Oh, dude, this guy is
Yeah.
is OG. He basically left after Legion, and then obviously, all the other shit came out with, some pretty hectic shit happening at Blizzard. I don't know if it's like specifically come out that Metzen's had any part in any of that stuff. Kind of seems like he didn't, but I'm sure he probably knew shit was going down and probably jumped shit before all the shit came out, which
Good on him, mate.
probably a smart idea in the end. But anyways, essentially, hang on, Metzen. I think so Metzen seems like Metzen did actually apologize for his part in fostering the culture that led to the harassment and inequality, etc. So he has acknowledged that he helped generate that culture, which whatever. So not whatever in the sense that it is whatever in the sense that yes, he did. He has acknowledged it. Maybe he wasn't exactly in a part of it, but yeah. But Metzen jumping back into World of Warcraft is, I think, pretty hectic and I think will be a really positive step for Warcraft in general. Reason being, Metzen has a really good way of tying in, because he's a story guy, he's a lore guy, but he's had a lot to do with the development of the Warcraft lore and story. But from what I understand about his development style, he has a very unique way of tying lore and story into game mechanics in a very nice, succinct way that makes sense. So I think he was one of the big pushes for the artifact weapon stuff in Legion. And Legion was one of his last expansions that he did. And the Legion artifact system is by far one of my favorite things that they've ever done in that game. And it's a shame that we don't have anything like it since. But yeah, I think ultimately very interesting that he's come back. I think probably a step in the right direction.
Very cool. Apparently he did a lot of the StarCraft and Brood War story elements and bits and pieces in that too.
Yeah, so, he basically just worked across everything, I guess you could say.
Cool.
And
cool. Okay.
And yeah, so bit of a fucking mad dog, but it's going to be interesting, Grizz, because Warcraft is more than just WoW these days. Like they've got the Arc-like Rumble mobile game coming up, and it's I believe that there are, obviously they've got Hearthstone. So he's a creative advisor for all of these titles, plus anything that's unannounced that I believe that they've alluded that there's some other bits and pieces coming up in the Warcraft
He hasn't
universe,
done any Diablo, Cap. He hasn't done any Diablo.
No, I don't think he was much into Diablo. He probably had a hand in bits and pieces, but I don't think he was actively working on Diablo from what I understand. So it's going to be interesting to see what his guiding hand does, I guess, in Warcraft. Very interesting to see what the Warcraft IP and franchise brings out, soonish. I'm not particularly hyped for this Arc-Light Rumble mobile game, to be honest. I'd much rather more other interesting and, bigger titles, I guess. Non-mobile shit would be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he brings to the table. So, just thought that was quite an interesting story.
Very cool.
So there you go. Now, Grizz.
Yes.
That's basically all the main topics for us, bud.
You beauty, mate. We're on time, Cap.
Yeah, Pav's probably licking his fucking lips about this. We actually might go under. Now, the issue is we did have an OGR poll, and literally no one said anything. Apart from you.
Did I write on it? I did write on it, didn't I?
Yeah, but then you told us your New Year's resolution. Anyway.
Very true. Yeah.
So I think we basically only have ourselves to blame because we just don't tell anyone anything on this podcast. We just leave people for 3 months and then be like, for a couple of months and be like, hey, we're back. So
we're back, sir.
Anyways, this week we wanted to know what
Caging did answer in the Discord.
I did see. I'm getting to that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Caging's dyslexic. He doesn't know how to write on Twitter, so
I don't either, mate. So does it make me dyslexic? I don't know.
True.
But anyway, so we want to know what other people's resolutions were this year for gaming. Grizz, posted his resolution in there, which he's also spoken about already.
Mhm.
We did offer for people to drop it in the general channel of our Discord. I'm just going to give the Discord a cheeky plug now since we're on the topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, go and join the Discord. It's in the description of this podcast and also in the Twitch chat. I'm sure you'll find a link any second now. If you would like to join, go ahead and do so. Anyways, Caging Run said, my New Year's gaming resolution is to make fun of Cap and Grizz and Pav even more than I did in 2022. And that is just so Caging Run, it's not even funny.
It's true.
Thank you, Caging, for being the only person that responded to our thing.
Top
everyone
one.
else that listens to this podcast should be ashamed of themselves.
Top 1 Oceanic Gaming Radio supporter right there. Caging
Yeah.
Runt. Well done, mate.
What a legend. What a legend. But yeah, so there you go. That was the poll for the week. And yeah, thanks for everyone's contributions, i.e. Catching Run. So there you go. But yeah, anyways, now moving along. As always, we have the quickfire round, Grizzly.
Pav's got
Pav,
a stinger that he's
if you wouldn't-
prepared in the new year, ready to go.
Did you actually prepare something? I thought you said you didn't.
I was supposed to.
Yeah. I mean, we're supposed to do lots of things.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Then we didn't do anything. So,
So
yeah.
we're not starting off the year using the old ones, right? It's a new year. It's a new year, right?
no, we have to use the old ones.
Go.
DJ Francesco.
I
Yeah.
hate it.
Thank you to DJ Francesco for bringing
yeah,
us
baby.
this week's
You guys-
quick fire news. You
You guys-
legend.
You guys gonna have to have him on at some point.
Hey, yeah, maybe. Hey, we'll see if we can
At
squeeze
some
him in.
point.
Might get him to
Yeah.
actually say it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be fucking good.
He'll hate
All
that.
right, first cab off the rank, Grizzly Gaming. The voice of Monkey Island's Captain LeChuck, Earl Bowen, has unfortunately passed away. So rest in peace, Earl Bowen. Earl Bowen did a bunch of stuff. Has also starred in World of Warcraft, Psychonauts, Call of Duty, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, which is a fucking great game, Metal Gear Solid 2, and a bunch of other shit.
Cap,
So,
is this
yeah.
the guy that voiced... Wait, was LeChuck in the recent Monkey Island, or was he not in that?
No, I think he was up until 2010.
Right.
And I don't
Right,
even know if LeChuck is in the most recent one, but maybe I've played the most recent one. But yeah, so Captain
Okay.
LeChuck, there you fucking go. So yeah, rest in peace and
There you freaking
condolences
go,
to
sir.
his family. But yeah,
Yep.
all right.
Cap, coming to Xbox Game Pass, Monster Hunter Rise, Persona 3 Portable, and Persona 4 Golden. You're a Persona fan. Is this cool? Or is
Yeah,
this cool?
absolutely. It's fucking cool. I would like to find time to play Persona 4, but Persona games tend to have a what's the word? Reputation for being quite long games in the series of 100 plus hours. And Grizz, we've spoken about it before. I have a 3-month-old. I don't have 100
Yeah.
plus hours.
Mm.
Barely have an hour. So yeah, I can't see that happening. So we'll see.
I've got a solution for you, Cap. Speed run them off the bat, mate. Just speed run them straight away.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, so there we go. But yeah, there you go. Okay, very cool. Actually, I mean, the fact that Monster Hunter Rise is on there is actually pretty cool, because that's the most recent one.
Yeah. Either it's a sign that it's average, or it's very cool that happened.
I think it did fairly well, Grizz.
Did it? Okay, right.
I thought it did. Yeah, I thought Rise did particularly well, and I think they introduced a couple of new mechanics. I mean, it's Monster Hunter. They barely change anything each iteration, but I think they actually introduced a few new things. People thought, hey, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Pretty
So there you
good.
go. Go and
Good,
play the
huh?
new Monster Hunter.
Mm.
Now, Grizz, High on Life. That's the game that's come out from the creators of Rick and Morty. I've been meaning
Yeah.
to jump in there. Apparently, it's actually legitimately funny for a video game, which
Looks
I don't know.
fucking
I think that's a big
hilarious.
task.
Dude.
Um,
Okay, this is kind of spoilery, but I just want to say this. There's a clip that I saw on Twitch, and it's like this guy asks you to watch his bike and don't look away from his bike because he just needs to like go to the toilet real quick or something. And you're sitting there and you're watching this dude's bike. And you can watch it for as long as you want. It won't go anywhere. But as soon as you pan the screen away, when you look back, his bike's gone, and then he comes into frame and he's like, "Where's my fucking bike?" And like gets hell angry. I just found it like insanely.
Is it possible
hilarious.
to have successfully watched his
No,
bike?
there is no way to watch his bike because he just doesn't come back.
That's fucking awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, High on Life has become the most popular game on Xbox Game Pass, dethroning Minecraft and Forza, which sounds like good reason.
That is nuts. That's huge.
watch the bike simulator. So yeah, I've been meaning to get in there. Like I said, apparently, I mean, look, I think it's one of those games where if you don't like the Rick and Morty kind of like dark humor or just humor in general, you're probably not going to enjoy this game very much because it's literally just straight out of their fucking brains. It's like, I think someone put it in this way. There's a particular episode on Rick and Morty where they like are going through the space cable TV channels, and they said it's basically like one of those channels on there. So that gives you an idea of kind of what it's like. That's kind of the go. So yeah.
Cap, run me through this Destiny 2 thing. What's going on there, mate?
Oh yeah, so I forgot to include a link for that one. Sorry, Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, basically there was a leak that suggested that Destiny 2 was looking to include a highly controversial premium subscription on top of the already base game and everything else that they have that you need to pay for. So basically it then turned out that leak was completely fake and someone completely fabricated it. So
wowzers.
Naughty. So yeah, basically I think I can only imagine how Bungie felt about that. That would have kind of sucked to have to damage control that because Destiny 2's community can be quite fucking fickle at times. So trying to damage control that would have been a marketing fucking nightmare. But anyways, it turns out it was fake. So there you go.
I'm going to bunch these two together because we've already talked about one of them, Cap. But Harry Potter has been delayed for the third time. That game's getting pushed back. When is it getting pushed back to? Sometime. Was it supposed to come out pretty soon, hey, Cap? The old Harry Potter?
Yeah, I thought it was like this quarter or something like that. So, okay.
Yeah. And also, we talked about this, but the Skull and Bones Ubisoft delayed for a sixth time. I'm just going to have a quick look at this. There you go. So it was scheduled to come out February 10th, literally like last week. So it's now not coming out. What does it say? April 4th, Cap. So little wait, mate. You know what? I'm never too bothered by game delays. I think it's a sign that game's not ready to come out yet, essentially. So a bit more time in the oven.
Your company is crashing and burning slowly and can only rely on Assassin's Creed to save it from the depths of fucking economic despair. But yeah, anyways, there you go. All right, Grizz, moving along. HBO's Last of Us has garnered glowing reviews. So this is the one with the fucking guy, the Mandalorian man, can never remember his name, and Bella Ramsey as Ellie and Joel opposite respectively. So yeah, it looks really good. I believe it is out now and you can go and watch it. Cap,
I actually saw a tweet from Grand Pooh Bear, Twitch celebrity, saying Last of Us was incredible, might be the best piece of game to TV/movie of all time, even just after one episode. So apparently it's being very.
I don't know. I think they've casted it really fucking well. Like they've got what's his fucking name from Parks and Rec? I believe is like one of the main characters, Bill. And if you've played the first game, which you haven't, he is a perfect casting.
2023.
What's that guy's name? The guy who loves bacon and scotch and shit. And Nick Murfitt. Is that his name? Nick Murfitt?
Ron Swanson, but
Bill Offerman. Why did I think Nick Murfitt? Who the fuck is that? I just made that name up.
What did you say? Nick Murfitt. Let's check that out.
Nick Murfitt. I don't even know who the fuck that is. Nick Murfitt. Just made up a name. That'll do. Yeah. Nope. Okay. Don't know who that is. There you go. All right. So there you go. HBO. I'm pretty keen to watch that, actually. I think Nick Offerman. Oh,
you know what I'm going to do, Cap? I'm going to get the wife to watch it with me without telling her it's a video game, and I reckon she'll fucking froth it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to watch it with my wife as well. So I'll at least watch one episode before next episode. So we'll give you our retrospective of the first episod of The Last of Us. I'm actually
can't wait to see Nick Murfitt in there. It's going to be great.
Yeah, what an actor. There you go. So, all right, now Grizz, the Dead Space remake is going to come alongside Dead Space 2. Now, that's not Dead Space 2 remade. That is the Dead Space 2 game that's available on Steam currently. You're going to get a copy of that as well.
Wow.
So you can continue your Dead Space shenanigans post you playing the remake. And you can go and play a much shitter quality game afterwards. So that's pretty cool.
Very cool. Okay. Interesting, mate.
But yeah, I just thought that was, I don't know, quite a nice little show of faith for once from
that is cool.
like EA.
Yeah, that is very cool. Which is strange for EA. Now, Cap, it would be rude while we're talking about Dead Space 2 to not talk about the Callisto Protocol, which was released at the end of last year, I think, maybe just towards the later end of the year. We haven't really spoken about it too much on this podcast, but have you played it? And it'd be cool to just quickly chat about how it's been received by the public.
Look, I haven't played it at all, and I probably don't really intend to play it based on the reception that it has received from the community. I just think it's not. It didn't quite pull it off. I don't know. I don't know if the combat doesn't look particularly satisfying. It looks very samey from kind of like moment to moment in that game. I think there's a huge emphasis on using the environment, which is fine, but I just kind of feel like I don't know if they did a really good job of kind of making the guns feel impactful, so they don't feel that impactful. I don't know. It kind of just
looks samey, Cap, up until you have those unique death animations, and that's where they've spent all their time generating these fantastic gory clips of you dying, and then the rest of the game seems pretty cookie cutter in terms of exploration and other bits and pieces that happen.
I don't know. I think it kind of screams to me small developer takes on big AAA kind of dream and didn't quite manage to pull it off, unfortunately, because I would love that game to be amazing, because I just love like grimdark kind of like hot space horror stuff. But yeah, couldn't quite cut the mustard. Grizzly Gaming, which is fine. It's okay. This is how it is.
They can't always be good, Cap. At least they tried, mate.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. But yeah, there you go. Now, actually, one last thing that Sukai's just reminded me in chat. John Carpenter, who now what did John Carpenter done before? John Carpenter is an American filmmaker who has done such amazing things as what has he done? He did The Thing.
He did The Thing, and
he did Escape from New York, and Halloween. He's done a bunch of shit. So he's done a lot of horror stuff. Anyways, he hinted at early talks for a Dead Space movie, which I can't believe they haven't done it sooner, because again, Dead Space, one of my ultimate favorite kind of game IPs, just as a universe kind of thing. What a wasted potential for an IP. EA, you guys are fucking idiots, I swear to God. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, anyway, so John Carpenter has suggested there might be a little movie. Now, who would you cast as Isaac, Grizz, the main character?
Captain Perth. Christopher Judge.
Let's go with Christopher Judge.
What's his name? Bruce Willis. I reckon it'd be real good.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
What are yours?
Yeah,
mate?
actually, Bruce Willis would be too bad, but it'd have to be like Die Hard 1 era Bruce Willis. It couldn't be like current Bruce Willis.
Okay.
Or what about like, trying to think of like good, I don't know. I think Ryan Gosling and Blade Runner actually was pretty good. I reckon he could do a pretty decent Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think there's, I'm gonna lock in Ryan Gosling for $2 million. Thanks, Grizz. I'll take
Ryan
that one.
Gosling, lock him in.
Yeah. Ryan
Do
Gosling. But yeah, so actually maybe that would have been a fucking good poll idea. Who plays Isaac in the Dead? Actually, there you go. That's our next poll idea.
Very
there you
good.
go. We got it. We'll find out. Let us know in the Discord.
You know, the issue with this poll, Cap, is it wasn't actually a poll, so people got confused.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. As soon as people have to do more than click a button, they just fucking check out, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck them. We're doing it. We're going to do it. We're going to try again. We're going to try one more time. We're going to bait the hook and see if people bite. And if they don't, that's fucking their problem. Okay?
That's right.
But yeah, anyways, that's the show. We're a little bit early on time.
Not even Pav voted on it, Cap. What the fuck? Not even
Well,
Pav.
I didn't vote on it either because I was just going to tell you guys in person. So, because I am on the podcast, believe it or not. So there you fucking go. But yeah, anyways, talking about being on the podcast, we do this every Monday, 7 p.m. AWST, except for when we don't tell you for 3 weeks running. Then we don't do the podcast, and I'm sure you'll figure it out because
That'll
there'll
be
be no
next
new
year.
episodes. Yeah. Anyways. But yeah, so if you want to come and hang out in the Twitch chat as we're recording live, you can just by going to twitch.tv/Oceanic Gaming Radio. Follow us there.
You know
We
what,
also,
I'm going to go ahead and
mate.
say this real quick. It's not too late to give us your gaming New Year's resolutions. Join the Discord. Do
never
what
too late.
Caging Runt did and put them in the general. Let us know because I would
Yep.
love to know.
do what Caging Runt. Actually, don't do anything Caging Runt does. Fucking hell, don't do that. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, we got a Twitter as well. You can go and vote in the next Twitter poll, which will be a comment required from you as to who should play
Oh, God,
Isaac.
one of those again. Fuck.
Yeah. Look,
Okay.
this is about as easy as it fucking gets. If this doesn't work, nothing will. We're just going to stick to polls every fucking week, all right? So it's going to be, that's just how it's going to be. Anyways, so yeah, check out the Twitter, twitter.com/ what is it? OGR show. Our Patreon is also available. You can sign up and join the Patreon and pay us money for no particular reason. You basically just get a shout out in the show, which I think is quite generous if you ask me. Anyways, you can sign up there. Pay us cash, which will be. We did have a goal in mind where we're going to fix Pav's computer, but I think we're okay in that department now. So next, maybe we fly ourselves to PAX. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be
who
sweet
knows?
to do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can pay us to do that. So there
We
you go.
host a bar tab at Respawn and we'll just pay for
Do you know
everyone to
what?
get hell pissed.
Hey, why not? That could be pretty cool.
That'd
Do
be
an
sick.
episode at Respawn.
Oh, yeah. Live
Yeah,
episode.
maybe
from
that'd be a bit
Respawn.
loud.
We can find a way.
Fucking hell, get a soundproof.
A bonus episode. Bonus episode.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right. So potentially, but yeah, patreon.com/OGR show if you want to go and join up and support us there. What else we got?
Look at
Have
that. Cap, Lee GD. I love hearing my name every podcast. If you would like to hear your
Oh,
name
yeah.
every podcast, go to patreon.com/OGR show, I think it is, and
Yep.
become a Patreon.
and you too can have your name called out by me. Wow, lucky you. I think that's everything. Is that everything, Pav? Oh, Discord. We got a Discord as well. If you want to join the Discord, check the link in the thing. Otherwise, go to discord.gg/88WT2S capital F 6
Oh my
lowercase
God.
KA.
Really wasting time
Why-
for
why
the
are you doing this?
shorter
We've
episode.
done-
eh, Cap?
Let's. It's not a short episode. We're at time. You got this. We're at one.
No, we
1:30.
normally go an hour 40. What the hell? Where's
No, we
the
do
extra 20 minutes?
No, we do an hour 30, and we always go over to 140 every week.
Well, I'm going to call this episode
Cap,
right now.
This
So
is your fucking ADHD medication working,
Yeah.
my good friend.
Wow, we
Being able to
really
stay
kept on topic this time around, didn't we? Yeah,
Incredible.
holy shit. Yeah, dexamphetamine is going to kill this podcast. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, guys, thanks for being here as always. Appreciate you. If you can tell one person about this podcast, it'd be great. If not, why? Why are you going to be so fucking rude? But yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Appreciate you. Look after yourselves, and yeah, see you then.
Bye.
Later. Sukai,
Very good.
you did chat all night, Sukai. I appreciate that. I saw
Yeah,
you
you
in there,
did.
mate.
Yeah,
Fucking
cheers,
legend.
legends.
First one of the year down, boys. GG. Happy New Year.
Nicely done.
Freaking G. But yeah, that was a good little episode we had there.
Solid.
Absolutely.
Podcast starting
Ripper.
into Tinder time. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Pav has made many complaints already.
Guys, I've made a YouTube short and a TikTok every day for the last 6 days.
I've seen that.
And I haven't
How's it going?
today, so I need to make one. Well, funnily enough, they've slowly got less and less views,
Yeah.
like each day. But still heaps
That's
of views,
interesting.
dude. The YouTube shorts are fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
Like, I think one of my YouTube short videos copped me Like 600 views in the space
What
of
if-
15 minutes.
But what if you're wearing trousers?
Yeah, then you can't do them. Only shorts only, mate. You know, I
Shit.
guess you got to put them on the YouTube longs if that's the case, mate.
Post that on your fucking YouTube short, motherfucker.
G bangers. By the way, we should totally do YouTube shorts here, Pav.
Yeah, well, fuck.
You know
I
what
mean,
we could actually do, and this is probably a discussion for another time, but we could use Patreon money to hire JD to do some of our editing.
That's probably a better use of the Patreon money than anything else. I'm down.
Yeah.
We should probably talk about this outside of here, but
Yeah,
but yeah,
absolutely.
that's a great idea.
we need an editor because I mean I can't fucking do it. We also need people like identifying moments that actually are short and like good, worthy shorts.
Yeah,
which I guess you probably could do, Pav.
I do clip occasionally, but then I forget to go back and do anything with the clips because there's a few clips in there which are good that I've managed to get, but they're just sitting there.
Yeah, okay, I like it. Yeah, well there you go. Yeah,
How are
Booze
you,
is
chat?
a good.
Spork, Caging,
Yeah, good to see you,
Sukai,
Sport.
Blue,
Lee.
Yeah.
Hope you guys had a good Christian New Year. Look, I'm probably gonna have to get fucking scooting, fellas.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. Do you want to quickly do a episode title and raid?
Episode title and raid. All right, you do the episode title, Cap. I will do the raid. You know what? We should go see Muz.
How about New Year's resolution 1920 by 1080?
Yep. I'll take it.
I don't know. But, they sound so excited.
Yeah, no. Doctor just,
Yeah, how about
What did we talk about? What was the main topic?
we
probably the New
had-
Year's resolution.
Ubisoft. Haven't we already done Has Ubi Gone Soft? Maybe we can do that.
Yeah.
we have done has
Fuck.
we got stuff.
how about just Ubisoft's New Year's resolution?
Ubisoft's New Year's resolution.
Yeah, you got something
Ubisoft
better?
has gone bankrupt.
I don't have anything better. Has Ubisoft gone bankrupt?
Has Ubisoft
Is Ubisoft going bankrupt?
Yeah, okay. Perfect clickbait fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah,
that.
perfect clickbait. That's what we want. We want a question.
Get him in,
That's all-
fellas.
that's all we
Fucking get 'em
need.
in.
What? They didn't even talk about bankruptcy, you fucking bastards.
Oh,
What
we
the
didn't
hell?
talk about Elden Ring.
You had-
Oh, it happened.
Yes, we did. We did. I said it.
I'm pretty sure I want to play
I
Elden Ring
compared.
this
I
year.
compared every other open world game to Elden Ring and said it was shit.
Oh yeah, we did. We did talk about Elden Ring. We sure did. We needed an actual Elden Ring counter somewhere displayed on screen that actually updates when we say Elden Ring. And
Yeah.
we need Pav to go back and listen to all the previous episodes to count up all the amount of times we've said Elden Ring.
We could actually do that. We could hire another mod in Twitch chat and just get like a tally going, and they can do it.
All
Casey,
right,
you want to
guys.
do that, mate?
Put your hands up in the Discord if you would like to be Twitch mod in this channel.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
Nobody.
You boys do merch and is Elden Ring in some way. Yeah.
It's going to
Yeah,
be
we'll-
pictures of 3 bumholes called the Elden Rings.
Casey.
Yes.
That's actually great.
That's so good. That's so good.
That'll be our bum holes. Yeah.
God.
Dude, that actually sounds pretty
That's
good.
actually a really funny idea.
I reckon Sukai would buy
Like-
a fucking hoodie of that for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, yeah. Look, I'm going to leave you guys to it. I'm trying to help you find a raid target.
Oh yeah,
Very
do
Muz. We should
Muz.
go see Muz. I think.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Muz.
Wing it.
Okay.
Get it
All
done.
right. Tell him I love him.
Do you need me to do so? Provide the channel?
Yes. You can do /raid.
Can I?
You should be able to.
Can I do an actual Twitch link? No, I can't. That sucks. Hang on. Aha! I've achieved it.
Here we go.
We're doing it. All right.
Love you guys.
See you all next time.
Bye.
I can copy and paste that shit. See you later.
Did I raid too early? I've raided.
I think totally.
A little, but that's all right.
I can copy and paste it there.
Yeah, done. Oh, yeah, I did not copy it. Uh, I'm jumping out so I can smash out this edit and chuck it up.
Easy, dude. You should have all the titles in there. I put whack on server.
Yep, all already done.
Cool bananas.
Yep.
I am. Maybe I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go and fucking eat dinner. I think. That's what
Chat to you guys on Sunday.
See you fellas. Sunday.
Yeah.
Chris, can you do
sounds
Sunday?
good. I can do Sunday.
10
Yeah.
a.m.?
Yeah.
10ish? Cool.
Perfect.
Okay, we'll see you then.
1 second.
See you fellas.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Pav.